flanker. Again, you do give Caps one of his strong champions, but you just have to pick your poison. And this is about, again, Fnatic beating G2 on the map.
So right now, Fnatic have 3 AD carries drafted. Of course, that won't be over-indexing on AD damage, because Corki does provide a lot of magic damage. My concern is how this Graves is going to function in this team composition. I think that playing against Ashe, Syndra, and Vlad makes Graves' life very difficult.
Versus G2. This was the story in spring, where they got demolished in a 3-0 sweep. And coming into this weekend, coming into these finals, I think a lot of people would have said that Fnatic were, if not the favorite.
So much tussling. They don't actually have, a ton of hard engage, and B, a ton of tools to fight. They like to stack up, they like to take things really slow, and I am a little bit concerned that they're going to try to fight anyway and not have the tools needed, and then slowly fall down.
You have got the Call of the Forge God and the Tempered Fate, if you can find those picks, but as you say, those are really the only tools that Fnatic have at their disposal. They'll be very strong in skirmishes as well because of all these AD carries.
Because thinking more about it, Frost, when I look at how Vladimir is going to play this late game, like, in an ideal world, Fnatic would kind of want to play a front to back with kind of Bwipo and Selfmade acting as the front line. Hylissang's going to be as obnoxious as possible as Jankos looking for a gank in mid lane. I'll hold that thought.
Nemesis should be able to walk away from this one. Selfmade is on a ward, has a level advantage over Jankos right now, but G2 very aware that Selfmade is there.
I like the fact that they don't force it at all. Continue your point, Vedi.
Solo cute things. Anyway, Selfmade kind of having his eye on top side. I want to kind of get to my point, but I feel like Fnatic and G2 never give us that opportunity as they're looking for action already.
You said it, Frost. There's been a lot of kills, a lot of action as they look for the dive in the top lane. Only 1 minion left alive. Selfmade's going to meet the Jankos, who has that face breaker, pulls him back. Bwipo dives forward as well. Jankos takes a lot of damage. The Haymaker coming out as well, and with Wunder still scaling up on the Vladimir. It's going to take a while. Nautilus in the mid lane, as you say. Mickey looks for Nemesis. No flash burnt there on the Corki. And Mickey's going to continue to stay around here as Rekkles and Hylissang get some time to push in that bottom lane.
So forget about my earlier point. We've got to talk about mid lane right now, because look at the wave state that Caps has been able to set up. Nemesis is being completely zoned from so much farm. This is going to freeze underneath the tower. Caps is going to get a reset. He's going to be able to TP back in. And now Nemesis is forced to overextend with both Mickey and Jankos eyeing him up. Nemesis is like, please, just let me farm. But all of G2 is like, no, 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 we play for Caps. You know we're going to play for Caps. And here comes Mickey once again.
Mickey looking for the hook there onto Nemesis. Nemesis still has the flash. Ignite is ticking, and Mickey goes in, swings the anchor, gets first blood to G2. Selfmade dashes across the wall here. Jankos on the chase. End of the line's going to do quite a lot. There's the ignite. Mickey's going to fall as well. Selfmade gets his first kill of the game. And now Fnatic are looking to turn it around in the mid lane. Hylissang knocked back. Caps not going to step forward with the Dark Sphere.
I mean, the ignite coming up.
Like, as long as these 2 iterations of these rosters has existed, what we've almost always talked about is how you can't allow Nemesis to fall behind Caps, because if you do, he's going to do things like this.
Unleashed Power comes out. Dark Sphere is all he needs. Caps has flash, and Nemesis does not. And Vedi, you set it up beautifully. Caps, you can see him smiling in the player
finals was when we saw these 2 players at their closest, when it was the Akali Sylas meta, when they were going toe-to-toe. But Caps, when he's in this position where he has these cover picks, these power picks, he's always the one looking to carry. Now Wunder doing the same in the top lane.
Call of the Forge God coming out from Bwipo, yet to see the 6 on Jankos. Good flash there from Bwipo, but the Facebreaker will chase him down, and Wunder will help Jankos secure the kill. Arrow hits Hylissang in the bottom lane. He still has flash. Mickey wasn't in the position to land a hook as Selfmade tries to get something back for Fnatic in this early game. Will be spotted out with a Hawk shot, and the rest of G2 nowhere near close enough to respond to this. So Fnatic will get an Ocean Dragon at least.
But already 7 minutes into the game, and there's 4 kills that went down. And this is one of my concerns with Fnatic's composition. They just want to sit back and just chill. And like, yeah, the fights happen because they're trying to reset waves. It's not like Fnatic were trying to fight right there, but you know that G2 are going to fight you and they're going to force it.
Going to get there quickly enough. Caps is coming around the corner as well. There's the arrow, hits only onto Selfmade. Caps taking the long way around the blue buff. Selfmade will secure the blue. And yeah, that was less than fine from Mickey.
That is the greatest Nautilus player you will ever see.
Oh, that's fantastic. Selfmade was just like, thanks for the help, blue buff. Much appreciate that.
So isn't that skin actually the Conqueror skin from the MSI? They won as well, so he's using his own skin to try and land hooks at the moment, failing just a little bit. Tempered Fate hits onto Perkz, Selfmade on the chaser, and Perkz, even with the range focus, just doesn't have the damage, stuck in the smoke screen, and Fnatic find a kill in the bottom lane.
So all of that stuff that Vedius and I were talking about, G2's bot lane decided that we were going to hook blue buffs, that we were going to try to contest Fnatic, that we're just going to get hit by Bard ultimates even though we have Flash, and now Jankos is like, it's fine, I guess. I still have caps.
So I still have some question marks around Jankos' pathing, though. Maybe this wasn't G2's plan and there's something that we missed, but he actually went to his Krugs rather than pathing towards bot, so he wasn't even here in time. Mickey misses another hook. That should have been a free kill, but due to an execution error, now we'll
TP to the top lane. So makes me feel like Fnatic perhaps don't want to completely fight around this. Wunder will use the Sanguine Pool to try and get away. Bwipo heals as well. Switching through those spells as quickly as he can with the Summoners.
Ah, Medic.
Yeah?
You think that Fnatic aren't going to try to force this?
I mean, Caps is almost dead. Foster's Bomb doesn't connect. Nemesis flashes forward, gets the auto. Jankos gets the dragon. Fnatic are able to find a good shutdown onto the Syndra.
It's actually really massive, because look at the itemization difference. The fact that Syndra has the completed Luden's Echo and Nemesis is sitting on tier pickaxe there, and they're able to find the kill. Yes, Graves, 2v1, they managed to get the jump on Caps, but this Ignite is actually really paying off.
Yeah, I was really worried for Nemesis initially. However, he's been able to come back quite nicely. He was able to grab that kill in the bot lane onto Perkz. Now, with the help of Selfmade, they were able to catch Caps in the rotation towards the Drake. And while they do concede the second Drake, you're putting Nemesis back into the game. And I think the Fnatic are more than happy to take that trade. On top of the fact that Rekkles gets more plates, hook lands.
Mickey's going to step on a trap as soon as he comes out, eats a delicious cupcake. The arrow only hits onto Selfmade, and Mickey really doesn't have anywhere to go. Another trap goes down. Rekkles gets the kill, and Perkz is forced back underneath his tower. Fnatic are starting to show us a lot of signs of life in this game.
So, Kill questioning how it would influence the early game. Now let's see how Caps can influence the top side of the map.
Once again, roaming around, this is what he's done so well throughout the course of the split. Bwipo's going to call the Forge God, hits it onto Wunder, but Wunder out of tower range. Unleashed power used by Caps very early. Showstopper coming out as well. Bwipo survived for as long as he could. Hylissang, it comes in just a little bit too late to help out his top lane.
One of the strengths that Vladimir and Sett are going to have is the tower dive potential with the shield as well.
They're pretty even with G2. I do like the fact that they have scaling options again. I think Frost brought up some really great points earlier on about how these fights are going to play out, what they potentially look like, and I think that what we can say for sure is that it's impossible to predict.
Force pressure, whereas it does feel that G2 are much more about stacking up together as a team and trying to make use of either Scatter the Weak, Ashe Arrow, or Nautilus R.
Tempered Fate hits onto Mickey. He uses the Dredge line. Trap will do a little bit of damage. Scatter the Weak not quite going to connect. Here's the call of the Forge God as Fnatic try and turn it back around. Depth charge on Rekkles doesn't quite connect as the ace in the hole comes out and slides its way all the way through the Perkz. Rekkles weaved it through them as perfectly as he could. But Hylissang will fall, Selfmade will fall on the clapback, and Nemesis was not with the team for the majority of this. Mickey stepped very far forward. Nemesis comes in with the phosphorus bombs and will answer. Makes it a 2-for-2 in the mid lane as G2 take down the turret.
A couple more execution errors there on both sides, but ultimately it's G2 that come out on top. They get Caps. That was an opportunity for them to commit to a fight. Yep. I then think the issue for Fnatic was they committed too hard because of the reasons you suggested, which was that Nemesis was not involved. So do I think this could have been a good fight? Yes. Do I think that it was poorly executed? Yes. Now the Drake fight is coming up. Let's see how this one goes.
TP coming into the middle of the fight. Wunder's going to be in a great position. Selfmade trying to get the dragon as Wunder joins the fray. Bwipo trading against 3 people, but he's already dead. Hylissang uses the Tempered Fate only on himself, and the Hemo plate gets onto the backline as Wunder dives forward. Hylissang walking his way, limping away from the fight. The dragon's gone down. Hylissang's gone down. Bwipo's gone down. And G2 find a perfect fight in the river.
And through all of this, we have not been paying attention to Wunder in the top lane. The free farming Vladimir. Fnatic's front-to-back comp is not as easy to execute.
Yeah, there's nothing that they can do to stop this Vladimir. They are going to try to 2v1 him, see what Wunder can get done. No ultimate, does have flash.
Smoke screen comes down pretty early on, and here comes the TP. Cap's going to join the fight. Sanguine Pool used. Nemesis chunked out already, and Selfmade not able to hit the collateral damage. Caps can't quite hit the Dark Spears as well. Showstopper used by Jankos to kill Nemesis, and here comes Perkz on the chase. 2 quick kills to G2, and in a matter
shifting in G2's favor.
But it would just be such a completely different circumstance, and it would be so unfortunate if that happened, because it wouldn't tell the story of how close these games have been, but things are falling apart at the seams. Maybe a comeback.
Hylissang hits the double Tempered Fate. Perkz caught out on the trap. Rekkles trying to open up, but can't quite get the damage down. Perkz still alive. With that Vengeance Focus, going to keep himself alive for the moment. Caps has been exhausted. Bwipo diving forward. Perkz somehow survives, but Nemesis is going for it. He gets 2 on the back line. And now it's Selfmade, Rekkles, and Nemesis trying to win this 3v1. Wunder, though, he's just diving towers. The unleashed power onto Nemesis is enough to get that kill. It's a double. And now Caps Wunder and Jankos can step forward once again. There's nothing Selfmade
tools other than Tempered Fate and Ornn ultimate that Fnatic have, and that means that it's going to be that much harder for G2, or excuse me, Fnatic to face check into stuff like this.
Yeah, Selfmade's going to get arrowed here, just kept out of the fight. Nemesis, he ticks away, Caps takes him.
And that stems from the fact that Fnatic can't get away from their own tower because they don't have those summoner spells. And when you're face checking into the amount of pick potential that G2 have on their composition, it's just difficult. Like, you can't do anything for 5 minutes.
And it feels like Fnatic are falling apart once again. History is doomed to repeat itself as another 3-0 for G2 is on the horizon. You can see how the momentum is shifting. And Wunder has himself a death cap. He's level 15. It is the story of the solo laners. Jankos is setting up for success, but this guy's a one-man army.
Hylissang's going to try and get away from this. They use the magical journey, but Wunder's very happy to follow them through it, and there pops Hylissang. It's just devastation, it's just demolition, and after two...
Before, it ultimately comes down to these big objectives, the Dragon and the Baron.
I will say that Fnatic have done a good job slowing down the pace of the game, waiting in between monster objectives because strong Caps is, and it means that they're not as strong as they want to be, is there's the immediate cleanse.
Arrow went out and hit Bwipo. Hylissang trying to get him from the side here, but Caps is on 4 items. He has 14 stacks on his Medjais, he has a Void Staff, he has a Ludens, he has a Spellbinder. Like, if Caps catches you with Unleashed Power, you are in for a world of hurt. And while all of this is happening, while the Infernal Soul is being started up by G2, Wunder takes a turret. Mickey's going to hook himself away. He goes golden, but still drags himself to the terrain. Fnatic going to step forward. Look at Wunder. He's got a flank position off here. He could be so powerful in this fight. He's going to clear out the mid lane. Wunder coming in. Bwipo trying to step forward. Perkz doing what he can with Blade of the Ruined King. Ace in the hole's going to land on the back line, but there's a showstopper used, and Bwipo's already dead. Wunder still doing what he can. Stepping forward. Nemesis forced away. Perkz flashes forward looking for the kill. He will fall. Selfmade goes down. Nemesis goes down. Bwipo goes down. And only Hylissang and Rekkles are alive.
Now on the back half, they did manage to take down and survive Wunder. Rekkles now coming back with the red buff. Can he save the day?
Hylissang flashes looking for the Cosmic Binding, but Rekkles gets hooked, and Caps unleashes the full force of Syndra straight into the face of his former teammate, and you have to think that's it. You have to think they're done. G2 wipe Fnatic off the map.
The ace comes through for G2, and with the death timers, it looks like G2 won't be able to end the...
In terms of teamfight execution, Rekkles was set up there. He could have done it.
And it always is inches between Fnatic and G2. It's always those magical moments that really shine, that really show who can win it in the clutch. Hook's gonna land here onto Bwipo. Showstopper brings him into Hylissang, and Hylissang is popped in the middle of a magical journey, and now Bwipo gonna use the Call of the Forge God trying to survive. Fnatic gonna try and open up, see if they can get into this fight, but Bwipo's already done. He's dead. G2 turn towards the Baron, and Fnatic, you've only got your 3 AD carries left alive. You have to pull something magical out of the hat to win this one.
Their composition outside of Caitlyn is just, they can't step forward. They can't attack at all. Bwipo goes in and there is no follow-up. We talked about how the difference between inting and tanking was the follow-up. Right now it is just a lot of inting.
And G2 just looks so convincing in this third game. Wunder and Caps have come up huge. And of course, shout out to Jankos. None of this would be possible if it weren't for his early game investment. But Wunder has found Rekkles, and I think that'll be his grave. G2 will cement their victory by taking down the star of Fnatic with no Caitlyn left to stand in their way. G2 are on track to secure their 8th European title.
The thing is that people always want to count them out. They struggled, the desperation coming in through Haley, but there's nothing you can do. You can never count out G2. If you get tired of hearing it, we get tired of saying it, but I never get tired of watching it.
Oh, Perkz has just been caught out there. Caps has the unleashed powers, used it, Nemesis forced away. It is a 4v3. Wunder's still stepping forward, just straight into the faces of Fnatic through the base. He pops Graves where he stands. Selfmade can do nothing as Wunder continues to tank turret after turret and then dies. Top lane inhibitor has fallen. Mid lane's going to follow shortly after. G2 little bit greedy in a couple of those plays, will now back away, reset to at bay. Can you hold them at arm's length for long enough for that Caitlyn to open up, for that sniper to find its shots? Because right now, G2 just continue to step forward, continue to barrel down the base of Fnatic, and Fnatic, there are so few ways left back into this game.
I just think the itemization is not... I don't think there's anything Rekkles can do here. Here's a deep teleport. This is it. This is desperation.
That's
the last
huge.
attempt.
Triple Tempered Fate going in with the package. Mickey on the front line. Caps is already dead though, and the unleashed power coming out. Perkz is down as well. It's huge. It's 3 kills for Fnatic. They found a way to fight back. Now they're going to dive onto Wunder. Hylissang and Selfmade chasing on towards this Vladimir. The question is, can you kill him? No, you have to back away, you have to go and reset, you have to clear the super minions. Jankos still alive.
He has the hourglass. He would do massive damage and feel so confident
Wunder
to go into the back line.
Caps has TP, Wunder has ult, Rekkles has no one there. He's going to put the traps down to try and keep Wunder at arm's length, but can't do it. And now Wunder's on the chase, and there's the TP, and you can see actually in the base it's Caps. Caps is going in for the win. What a G2 way to close out this game. Wunder will kill Rekkles. Jankos goes in and helps them get Hilly, and Caps is in the base. 10 splits. 8 titles. G2 are the greatest team we have ever produced in Europe, and they go back to back to back to back and win the summer season.
Another title in the back pockets of G2. You can see the excitement and elation on their faces once again. And it's upsetting because I feel like a 3-0 doesn't do this series justice. It was so close for so much of this series. That third game was the most one-sided we've seen. But Fnatic really did go toe-to-toe with G2 consistently throughout this series. And it was just these small execution errors where they could not quite close the gap, could not quite find those wins, and ultimately they're looking once again at a 3-0 victory for G2.
Can never count them out.
No.
And I know, I said it, you get tired of hearing it. I don't get tired of seeing it.
We have a live feed from the G2 gaming house as they're getting a special delivery. Oh, we can see there the LEC trophy being delivered to G2. It's the second time they've had to accept it from their gaming house, of course, in spring and now in summer. But it is such an honor and a privilege to see them win and to be able to get the trophy to them so quickly.
Does anyone gonna help this guy? Like, you didn't get an elevator, he had to go up the stairs. A trophy's heavy.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly is. But I think G2 are gonna have more than enough fun lifting that
Since
one.
they joined the league,
And
it's actually incredible.
I mean, the craziest thing about that is the consistent factor has been Perkz. You know, we often talk about him like, while he wasn't the standout in this series today, I think that he's always someone you have to talk about when it comes to one of the greatest European players that we've ever had, one of the most successful for sure. And he, alongside G2, are looking to continue their dominances. They're getting in position, they're getting camera.
You ready?
Wunder's really trying to help them.
Oh, Perkz is now there. There we are. Congratulations, G2. You are a summer champions.
I feel like Caps is the only one really putting his back into this. You know what I mean?
He carried for the rest of it, so someone else has to carry the trophy for him. That's how it works. Perkz, of course, what a difficult year it has been at times for that man. You can see a smile coming onto his face there. The LEC Summer Champions G2 Esports, the only team in Europe ever to win it 4 times in a row. Now the only team to ever win it 4 times in a row twice, because they did it from 2016 to 17 and now from 2019 to 2020. Caps are MVP alongside our champion.
You can't hate Caps' face. He's just so happy. He's so pleasant.
Wunder there,
giant.
getting ready for his WoW raid later on. And of course, Pinoy, their sub, who played for them when Perkz was away.
Yeah, definitely a valuable honorary member of the team. Grabs naturally being left out, as is tradition.
Are they gonna hand it to Grabs? Oh!
Like, how many drafts did it Grabs in today? Can we start giving him the trophy? But you have to give the guy credit. Like, there's a lot of jokes, a lot of memes about his drafting, but consistently G2 find a way to win with these drafts. And we'll soon get to hear from the G2 players as they just secured their 4th title in a row.